Commune of France has finished their justification for conquering Alsace-Lorraine. Yeah, this is not going to go well for us. And they've just declared wars. So guys, stop your military exercises and get ready to come under attack from the Frenchies. The Norwegians and the Italians and the Liberians have gotten involved. So, fuck it, pulling the trigger. I'm calling in all of our allies. And I mean all of them. If you are a member of the Reichspakt, you are getting a fucking call to arms against the bloody French. And apparently the United Baltic Duchy did stop being our puppet, despite the fact that I said no to that event. Not pleased. Not pleased at all. That's them. You too, Morocco. You too. And Middle Africa. The AOG is also getting called in. And German East Asia, reduced as it is, I'm also calling in. And yes, even Cuba. And Belgium. Let's not forget Belgium. And the Netherlands. Queen Wilhelmina, you signed a treaty to assist us against the French communists. It's time to make good on that treaty. And everyone is joining in. Guys, maybe launching an attack right now is not the best idea. I was more inclined to dig in for a while and such. But if you'd like to attack, by all means. And they've called in the fucking British. The Russian Empire is sending us volunteers. I guess they hate the communists more than they hate us. And what do you know? The two Sicilies would like to join the Reichspakt. An envoy from the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies has arrived in Berlin today to discuss the prospects of their kingdom joining the Reichspakt. Should we let them in, or do we not need them? Of course we let them in. The more allies, the better. After all, it's more guns to point at the bloody communists. Let them in. Cuba asked to buy air. Russian. Cuba asks to buy aircraft. Its own aircraft. Basically, Cuba wants to buy some aircrafts from us. I'm gonna say yes. The Irish have been called in. It's just wonderful. The Second Weltkrieg. The Weltkrieg claimed the lives of countless young men from all over the world in a conflict on an industrial scale. But it appears that even that nightmare could not deter man's lust for blood. After over 20 years of proxy warfare, diplomatic pressure, and political squabbles, the uneasy peace between Germany and France has broken down. These two great powers are now mobilizing their armies in preparation for a war the likes of which the world has never seen. New guns, planes, ships, tanks, and deadlier weapons still see their first use on the battlefield as open warfare begins once more in Europe. For the Germans and the French, now there can be only one end: victory or destruction. War is hell. Yes, indeed. Wait, what the fuck? Did the two Sicilies not actually join? I'm confused. I am very, very confused. And Denmark petitions to join the Reichspakt. Wisely seeking to fight along our forces, the Danish government has petitioned to join us in our struggle against our enemies. There seems little reason not to have them join, especially since their ascension in the pact would lock down the Baltic Sea in our favor, safeguarding our flank there. Willkommen. They will join us, and I think I'm going to refrain from calling them in until they actually ask for it. I also think it is high time that we begin to draw us some battle plans. After all, if our allies are going to be attacking, we should attack alongside them. I'm thinking, however, first I should save the game. Now, well, let's do it, everyone. And to pull the trigger for war economy. The next trigger that will be pulled, however, is extensive conscription. As we're going to need a good deal larger army than what we've got right now, and more manpower to win this war. We only have 2 million. I imagine the French have quite a bit more than that. The two Sicilies didn't actually join, despite us accepting their proposal. I'm confused. Anyways. of, let's get started with this. Air support. Who's air support? And interception. In that order, please. The Two Sicilies has indeed joined us. It just took them some time to realize they were going to, so how about you guys get in on this? And just go after the Italians pronto-like. I don't know how much Italian aid is actually making it into the war. Yeah. Everyone is getting called in. Absolutely bloody everyone. This is not going to be a short one. Actually, we're getting a load of expeditionary forces coming in as well. Let's see here. That's another 13. Add them to our Army 3. I think it's the best way to do it. That's 8 divisions. Add them over there. You can be added to that army. That is done. Let's see here. Artillery research, just in case. And we end all of our training exercises for the fleet. Massively cut back on the fuel expenditures. Artillery research is done. Start working on our base stability. I'm going to say stop all attacks for now. We need to get more troops to the front. Before it's a sensible idea to be doing any attacking. Do not know what I was thinking there. going to say stop the attacks wherever they're going on. You guys stop that. I'm pretty sure that's our allies that are doing. Guys are doing that. You fellas, though, can get over to Strasbourg and retake that. Nice and fast. I don't know how they got behind my lines to take on that, but I don't really care. And you two assist at Liège. Don't really care beyond that. Assist the Liègians. Or however the hell you put it. Our volunteer forces have been sent back home. In this case, I'd say that's a pretty good thing, because I'm fairly certain we're going to need them. That. Gonna detach. You guys. Also stick you along the French border, but you're getting reinforcements as soon as I can afford it. And I think that's basically a given. How about you help me secure Strasbourg again? I did not say to attack. Why were you attacking? And now Strasbourg is secure again. Oh yeah, they're very secure. Denmark went and made peace with the communists. God damn you, Denmark. And the Danish just dropped out of the Reichspakt like a coward. Fuck Denmark. Fuck Denmark. Food from Middle Africa? Okay, I'll take that. The Great Crusade. Well, right-wing circles have been calling for a crusade against the Commune of France ever since the syndicalists managed to oust the legal government from mainland France. Now their wishes have finally come true, as a state of war now exists between our glorious Vaterland and the nest of vipers to our west. Kaiser Wilhelm II explained the reasons for Germany's involvement in another war with France in a special radio address, and called for the eradication of the final obstacle to achieving a place in the sun. Subsequently, thousands of young Germans rushed to enlist in the military, following the example of the Kaiser's grandsons. and support for the war. And civilians began gathering on the streets, publicly displaying their support for the war. Despite enduring catastrophic crises, the German nation is united once again. Long live Germany! Long live the Kaiser! Gott erhalt den Kaiser, der Sieg wird unser sein. Apologies if I butchered that pronunciation horribly, but you know how it goes. We get 100 political power and 100,000 manpower, I think that is. Oh yeah. And for the time being, well, let's just say it's going to be a while before we're in a position to launch any major offensive action. Because it is going to be a while. Right there, as you can see, the Commune of France tried to stage an uprising in Liège. But we've been holding them at bay, thanks to superior German military might. And will continue to do so. Go join up with our small army that needs reinforcements. It's going to be a while before we're able to make any progress or anything, but if nothing else, then the fact that the French decided to just justify a war rather than wait to be able to demand Alsace-Lorraine, I'm even more glad that I decided to fortify the entire border first. That is just... I'm just so happy that I did that, because otherwise they would have probably had quite an easy time breaking through. Now, our armies are repositioning along the border. Since we managed to put down that French-backed revolt in Flanders Wallonia. We still got armies on their way from the east. One here that's not at full strength yet. Australasian Guard coup. Shocking news from the Australasian Confederation, as the Australasian Guard, a group of right-wing authoritarians who have long criticized the Australasian government for not going far enough in its suppression of syndicalism, and who lost their recent electoral bid by a fair margin, have seized control of the government. Led by Field Marshal Thomas Blamey, the new government immediately promised that the Australasian Confederation would do whatever it took to stamp out syndicalism within Australasia. Blamey also stated Australasia would dedicate itself fully to the Entente Alliance as a proud and loyal member of the British Empire. Demonstrations have already broken out across the nation, and thus Australasia faces an uncertain and likely unstable future. How unexpected. Speaking of the Entente, they're apparently at war with the Japanese, which would explain why they didn't actually go through with their plan to invade the British Isles, because they're too busy fighting the Japanese. So yeah, that's the thing. And the Italians have joined in on the fun of being in a world war, or European war at least at this stage. Depending on how you look at it, yeah. For now, we are going to move over to extensive conscription from merely limited. We are going to need a lot more manpower to be able to get anywhere near enough troops to successfully take on the French. That's for damn sure. And it may be time to begin converting our military factories. Sorry, our civilian factories into military ones. Wait, what? For some reason it doesn't want to do that. I'm going to start converting as I can. Seeing a lot of... that has me doing the opposite. What the hell? Okay. Civilian to military. We're going to do a load of conversions. And I'm mostly going to do them in the east, because that's out of the French's reach. So they won't cause us any problems. Well, Eastern Germany and Central Germany, to be honest. And Southern. That'll do for now. We can update where we're converting our factories later as more stuff happens. But I'll take the Baltic Duchies. 3 divisions? Yes, please. Yes, I will. What the actual fuck? The Kingdom of Ukraine now has a socialist uprising going on. Yeah, that could have gone... That was a pretty shitty time for that to happen, it really was. Honestly, Ukraine, you couldn't have picked a better time to have a socialist uprising. I can't spare the troops to put down your uprising right now. So if they win, we're just gonna have to let it be, which is really unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. Just gonna have to let it be if those communists manage to win in the Ukraine. We really are. Unfortunate to say the least. Unfortunate to say the least. Okay. The Kingdom of Ukraine wants our help. Okay, sorry about that. Spam phone call. Anyways, the Kingdom of Ukraine wants our help against the Socialist Republic of Ukraine. Kingdom of Ukraine, you have picked a really shitty time to have a civil war. You really have. But we don't really have a choice, honestly. If Ukraine gets overthrown by a socialist revolution, as they're trying to do here, then honestly, if that does happen, then the socialists will probably join the Commune of France and we'll have a two-front war, so I really need Ukraine to be able to stay in the fight, so yes, we'll help you. Even though I don't know what we're actually going to be able to do against them. And the goddamn Fourth Balkan War is still going on down here. I swear, that's gotta be one of the longest running wars so far. It's ridiculous. But now it's the 1st of April 1939. And actually, given all the stuff that's happening at the moment, as well as the fact that our conflict against the French over on the Western Front is likely to be in stalemate for some time, I think this is as good a place as any to actually end this episode. Or this live stream, rather. When we come back next time, we are going to have to begin prioritizing the use of our armies on the front, because, frankly, given our fortifications, it's probably not too much of a stretch to hold this border with maybe 2 armies. Maybe 2 of our bigger ones, and then we can take the others off and deal with some of these other front lines that have opened up on us. Like, helping the Ukrainians put down this socialist uprising here. That's one army. And helping the Finnish and the Swedes and force the surrender of the Norwegian Union. That would be another. If I could, and I don't think I can, just based on the way the borders have ended up working out, I would also like to be able to ferry some troops over to the 2 Sicilies and help them push through the Socialist Republic of Italy. I'm not sure how much of that will actually work out, but at the very least, we're going to send an army to help the Kingdom of Ukraine take care of the Socialist Republic of Ukraine. And then maybe send that same army up to Sweden and help them put down the Norwegian Union. We'll see where this goes. At any rate, this is shaping up to be a fairly exciting campaign. If for no other reason than just the fact that this is literally the first time that I've actually ended up playing as Germany during the Weltkrieg. Usually, I'm playing as the Union of Britain or Russia, or in some cases, the Qing Empire. All of which are very different play styles, and you're looking at things from a very different perspective. Unlike in this case, where as Germany, I'm literally at the center of the entire bloody war, so that is a severe difference, and it's definitely going to make quite the difference here. So, I hope you've been enjoying this series so far. I certainly have. And I'll see you again next time for when things will be getting very interesting indeed.